When I first went zero waste, I decided to tackle each room at a time. And the first place I started was here in the kitchen. I thought it was easy to tackle things that you constantly go through rather than waiting for a cream or something with a longer shelf life to be used up. So today in this video, I wanted to share with you some tips and tricks that I have used to make my kitchen a little bit more eco-friendly. So I hope this helps you. If you are new, hi, welcome. This is The Girl Gone Green, a channel focused on sustainability and conscious living. I'm so excited that you are here. If you want to continue the conversation, we actually have a Facebook group and I will link the group in the description. It's called The World Gone Green. So if you are a Colombian or a coffee addict, you might start off your morning in your kitchen with some sort of coffee machine that has a disposable filter, whether it's a K-cup or just the white filters for traditional coffee machines. It can be really wasteful over time. So we want to kick that habit, and today I want to show you a few ways how. If you are a coffee drinker, the number one thing I would recommend is to get yourself a coffee grinder, because you can find coffee without plastic in the bulk bins, and let me tell you, your coffee tastes twice as good if you ground it up yourself versus buying it like that. So investing in one of those is key. First one is using some sort of machine that does not require a filter. So whether that's an Italian espresso machine or a French press, they're really easy, they can be cleaned, and you don't have to have more filters. However, I actually kicked my coffee habit a few years ago, but I occasionally have a delicious cup, so I didn't want to have a heavy machine taking up space in my counters. So I started using some sort of cloth filter system, and I wanted to show you this one today because it's super cute, and my friend Justin has these on Kickstarter. So it's called Filter Go. It's this really cute little filter, and you put it on your cup and you add in the coffee, and then you filter the water, and you can just leave it there and steep it for a little bit. But what I really like this is just it's really compact. You can close it up and it fits in your suitcase. So maybe I'll take this to Asia with me. These are currently on Kickstarter, so if you're looking to get rid of your disposables and finally make that leap, I definitely recommend checking out the Zero Waste Kickstarter and just supporting someone who's trying to do something different and eco-friendly. Now that we're fully functioning human beings, let's move on to food storage. So if you've seen my How to Shop Zero Waste videos, you know that I store everything in mason jars because they are airtight. So I like mason jars. Specifically, I really like the large ones. So these are the 64-ounce mason jars, but you can always find these at thrift stores or ask your friends if they have extra jars. Most likely you'll find someone who has them. Maybe not this size, but yeah, they're very convenient. I like these for my legumes. So I store these like that, and then for freezer goods, I store them in wide mouth mason jars so that there's no bottlenecks so things don't crack. Or I freeze things in just regular jars that I have lying around, and that can be really useful as well. As for keeping my vegetables and produce fresh in the fridge, I like to use cloth napkins. So I use a cloth napkin, I get it damp, and then I wrap around my lettuce and my kale and I put it in the crisper drawer, and this just lets it keep its moisture and prevents it from wilting faster. Pro tip, if you have lettuce that is starting to wilt or it's kind of past that point, you can put it in a bath of cold water with ice and it just becomes more crispy and fresh, and I'm just telling you, you should try it. I wanted to give you two more tips before we go. The first one is to make use of your toaster oven. Now, toaster ovens are great because they use a lot less electricity than a traditional oven. So you can stick everything in the toaster that needs to just be heated up or have a little bit more crispiness, and you save yourself a lot in electricity. Also, let's talk about using up your food scraps. So when I cook, I always have a bowl. As I'm cooking, I'm cutting things up and putting things in a bowl or a container so then I can take it to my compost. However, if it's all veggie scraps, I will actually freeze it and then use it to make vegetable broth. Vegetable broth is like the easiest thing you can possibly ever make, and anyone who buys vegetable broth from the store in those cartons is ridiculous. And just a waste of money. You're throwing away money. So let's talk about how to do it. So once you collect all your food scraps, you want to make sure you're storing them while they're clean. So clean your food scraps before freezing them. You can freeze them in your fridge in a paper bag or a jar or a container. And then once it's full enough, you put it in a pot with water. You let that come to a boil. I like to put a bay leaf and maybe a little pinch of salt to give it a little bit more flavor. And I let that boil on high for a few minutes, then I put it to a simmer and I let that simmer for about an hour. And all the vegetable flavors will infuse your water. And then when you're done, you just filter out all the veggie scraps, you compost the veggie scraps, and you have yourself some veggie stock. This is my frozen vegetable stock in a wide mouth mason jar that I like to keep on hand just in case I really want to make some soup or something. So it's always great to have, it's easy to freeze. Those are just a few tips I was gonna mention today. If you enjoyed this video and you wanna see more kitchen hacks, I can do some recipes and kind of like your own sauces and things if that's something you're looking forward to. Just leave me a video request down below if you have anything you want to see. For now, don't forget to live sustainably and consciously, and I will see you in my next video.